Soldiers from 2nd Battalion, 3rd Field Artillery Regiment, 1st Heavy Brigade Combat Team, 1st Armored Division, partnered with mock Iraqi forces, rolled into the streets of the simulated town of Medina Wasso at the National Training Center here to experience what the worst day in Iraq could feel like under an IED-infested setting funded by the Joint Improvised Explosive Device Defeat Organization. Command Sergeant Major Todd Burnett, the senior enlisted advisor for JIATO, said the #1 killer on the battlefield continues to be the IED. He added that infusing situations in training soldiers will face in theater is advantageous because they will not be caught off guard by seeing it for the first time when they get downrange.
NTC, the National Training Center, I think is the most realistic training that soldiers, our junior soldiers, can actually experience.
I think it's extremely helpful because when you just have blanks and you don't have pyro or explosives or anything, then it kind of takes the motivation factor out of the game. Soldiers move a lot quicker. They pretend that it is actually theater when they actually have visual going on.
In the set scenario, Medina Wasso illustrated progress offering tourist lodging in the Linden Hotel. The busy streets, which were once empty, now thrived with local villagers. The hustle and bustle of a city were evident as townspeople walked, talked, and gathered for breakfast. A convoy comprising elements from 2nd Battalion, 3rd Field Artillery Regiment, 1st HBCT, and role players simulating the Iraqi army entered Medina Wasso and were greeted by waving street vendors. There were no visible signs of improvised explosive devices, so the convoy made its way through the streets. A white van crossed their path. Then a blast was heard. The all-too-familiar sound of an IED. Tranquility, or as some may contend, complacency turned to havoc. As everyone affected struggled to take cover and hoped no other IEDs were emplaced.
You expect the worst, but you hope for the best. They will know how they will act under stress and fire, how well that they will adapt to it. This right here, the National Training Center, it provides us all of that. The realism is right here.
The amputees soldiers treated in the Medina Wasso scenario are real-life amputees who have lost a limb in traumatic incidents or to cancer or who were born without a limb. Although some of the amputees are prior military, none are combat wounded veterans. NTC officials said the Medina Wasso scenario is designed not only to test the unit in all aspects of their skills, but to identify deficiencies which soldiers can correct and learn from before deploying. From the National Training Center in Fort Irwin, California, this is Major Diana Bagay reporting for Fort Bliss, Texas.